Megawatt, looks like the gate's about to drop on the next race, buddy.
The gate is about to drop, and that's our college 18 to 24 auto. Burton sitting on a 1-2 with 3 points, 4-3 for 7 with Bryce Hansen in that second place. Mike Hicks 9-1 and 10 points. Here we go. Who's it going to be with this haul shot? A couple riders going deep into that first turn, blowing through the bales, and as they work their way up and over that anthill, it's Preston Taylor on that number 96 Kawasaki coming out of Hastings, Nebraska. Is Preston going to be able to keep that lead under a lot of pressure right now? And looks like we've got several shakeups working through the 10 Commandments for the first time through. These guys now headed back into the forest. Going to start seeing some shadows here in just a few minutes. Sun's starting to come up a little higher in the sky, but a lot of moisture still left in this course so far this morning. So starting to see a lot of ruts develop as they work their way into the forest. One rider down there slipped off the course, able to get himself back up and under his own power. Here we go. Leaders now coming past the waterworks, up over that big tabletop back in the back, down along the beach. And definitely a pass for the lead. We said things were shaken up, and that they have done right now. It looks like the number 96 has been pushed back. Let's see here. Trying to get an ID. Is that the number 3? Yeah, it looks like that's Michael Hicks. That number 3 machine has put himself into the lead position. He has done that. And we have a new race leader working their way through lap number 1 down in the Bermuda Triangle. Here they come past the tower for the first time. Michael Hicks, Dawson Riker, Jonah Geisler, Preston Taylor, followed by Christopher Back, Caleb Green, Bryce Hansen, Colby Morris, Tyler Gosnell, Mark Gonzalez in that number 10 ride. Adam Cranford sits in 11th. Drew Minton in the number 12 spot. Sean Calderon in that 13th spot. John Murphy holds down 14th. Josh Baez in that 15th spot. Gage Dagnan, he rides in the 16th position. Rene Garcia in 17th. Alex Panzarella in the 18th spot, while Brett Corley rides in 19th, and Bronson McClure in that number 20 ride. Back out front, looks like that number 37 machine, Dawson Riker, trying to make some things happen. And is that Jonah Geisler right behind him? So he's got some pressure, and Michael Hicks out front in this one right now, trying to make hay while the sun shines, but not being able to put much distance between himself and Dawson Riker and Jonah Geisler. Those riders hanging tough right there, keeping that gap short and keeping Hicks honest. Hicks sitting on that 9-1-1 with 11, but Jonah Geisler only 2 points back with that 5, 5, 3, and 13. Bryce Hansen. Now Bryce sitting back in that number 7 spot, so he stands to make up some points right here. Geisler only going to be able to do so much at this time. He's got one rider ahead of him, but Bryce Hansen has several spots he can pick up, and of course each one of those spots another championship point. Here we come for lap number 2. Just about 17 minutes left in this one. These guys turning about 204 last time around. We'll have to see exactly what. 155 for Hicks, your leader. 155 for Riken and Geisler. So picking it up since that last moto. Now Preston Taylor in that 158. Christopher Blackburn in that 157. Bryce Hansen 156. Caleb Green 201. Colby Morse 201. Mark Gonzalez in that 9th place with a 159, and Adam Cranford. So this track picking up a little speed right now, getting some good lines cut into it, and multiple choices everywhere. A little bit soft this morning. Riders digging in those first couple motors, a lot of traction.
Hey, we got a big championship shakeup in order here. Otto Burton, the Ottoman Empire,
yes,
first and second in the first 2 motos.
Exactly.
Is in 23rd place, as you were alluding to. So he is way back right now. He's 7th overall right now. Now we know Burton's going to move his way forward. How far forward? Michael Hicks now sitting on 9-1-1 moto scores. Calling the emergency. 9-1-1.
9-1-1, man, for sure.
That is your overall leader right now. Michael Hicks at a 9-1-1. That's awesome news for Hicks. The bad news for him is he cannot go any further forward. 9-1-1 is the best he can do. So,
but even if Geisler would work his way up, get those next two positions, still going to lose because of the moto.
Yeah, so Jonah Geisler is going to be it's going to be tough. He's got to catch Hicks and then hope for one other. He's got to catch Hicks. Geisler's got to win this moto. He's got to go 5.51. But the real story is Otto Burton way back on that number 60, I believe. Was very strong in the first two motos, came from the back both times to go 1-2. He's got to come from even further back now. It's 23rd. I'd say he's got to make his way to about 6th, I think, by my math, from 23rd to try to win it with a 1-1-6. Maybe a 7 would get it done. He's not even going to win the tie over Hicks. So, yeah, he'd need a 1-1-8. Oh, sorry, he has a second, 1-2-8. He needs a 7th. He needs 7th. So Otto Burton has to go from 23rd to 7th to preserve this title that appeared to be all but his.
And we've seen that done.
Yes, and he's done it in the previous motos. He's come from the back. We're talking maybe 10th to the front. 23rd. So the Ottoman Empire, its rule under pressure right now. He's only moved up to 20th. Uh-oh. He did not make a lot of progress, and you know well, Megawatt, it's easier to make passes in bunches at the beginning of the race.
Yeah. When everybody's clustered together, you know, you can get some twofers and that type of thing.
There he is on the number 60 on your screen, the red gear of the orange KTM. He does have a nice cluster around him now, though.
Yeah, speaking of twofers, I believe he just picked one up right there. Got past the 72 of Alex Panzanella, and I believe that was also Drew Minton back there that he was able to get around. So starting to put things together. Maybe wanting to sort it out just the first couple laps, not take any chances there, Weege, because I tell you, no way to get to the front from the ground.
Good point.
You know, that's not how it works.
Well, that might have been what happened early. I can't imagine it was just that bad of a start.
Right.
He must have had an error.
Exactly.
So Otto Burton, you see him in that red gear trying to work forward. He's got a long way to go. He's going to have to pass about a dozen riders to dig out a title, and he came into this moto with a 1-2.
But in his defense, a 159 versus 204, 202, 201, 204 ahead of him. So a good bit faster with lots of time on the clock.
Yeah, boy, that seems like we've been out here for a long time. Oh, I'm looking at the clock, and
it's not moving.
So it's less time than that. That
We're
clock
at 17. There we go.
Okay.
12 minutes. Still
all right,
a lot of time.
Still a lot of time.
Yeah.
Not even halfway. So that's the good news for Otto Burton. Michael Hicks.
Man, this thing's dragging out here. 17 minutes left.
Now we got another factor. Bryce Hansen is moved to 4th. He is now in a tie for the overall with Hicks. But Hicks, as we said, can't move any further forward. He's already in the lead. Hansen is 4th.
Hansen's got room. Hansen has points on the table. He just needs to go collect them.
Yeah, man. If you go after Jonah Geisler, who is in 3rd on that Rides Unlimited KTM, or Dawson Riker, who is in 2nd, then Bryce Hansen would be your champion.
It's there for the taking for Hansen.
Wow.
It is. Opportunity lays. Look, the deficit's only a couple seconds, man, so it's there for him.
So two different battles to watch. You got Otto Burton trying to dig it out from the back here on that number 60. Let's see where he is now. 15th. He needs to get to 7th. It's doable.
Oh, if you keep picking up 5 riders a lap.
Yeah, exactly, man. And he's got another one coming up here. He's going to use this anthill. Nope, got chopped off. So that's one thing to watch. Then Bryce Hansen in 4th on that 48 Kawasaki. We've been talking about him all week. Got the swap moto, an old Will Hahn livery on that bike with the number 48 Cowie. He's in position. I think a rider stalled there, so Burton, I think, picked up another spot.
I think he did. Look at this. He's got a 3-pack right in front of him. He's got a trio he's going to pick up. No coupon necessary. Just grab the gasket on it and make it happen. And that's exactly. Look at Burton. Starting to split these riders here, coming through those ruts. Watch what his technique is right here. He's going to carry that speed just a little more and take that big rut, Jason. Picks up 2. Yeah, gets a 2 for. That's a BOGO right there. Buy one, get one.
Oh, I like that. 2 passes.
And look at that. Scrubs going to go after a 3-fer right here within 3 corners.
Unbelievable. The Ottoman Empire starting to enforce their rule now.
And see, no sense of urgency, no panic from him right now. Very calm, cool, and collected. He knows not to override that machine. Wow. Blast that thing through there, dude.
He almost did override it there. Hang on.
All right. Yeah, knew what he was doing there. Gave it some Ryan Sipes flat track through the corner.
Yeah.
And look at this, right in front of us, the Ottoman Empire about to change history.
He just did it again. He out-leaped the next rider through. I think that's Brett Gorley on the 34. Gorley's no slouch. We've seen him hover around the podium throughout the week, but he makes the pass on Gorley. So let's do the math again. No changes up front. Still Hicks, Riker, Geisler. Hansen needs to make up ground, but he can't get it done. Otto Burton's 11th. Otto Burton.
With 9 minutes to go.
So by our math, he's got to get to 7th. That's 11th to 7th in 9 minutes. Now it's looking, the odds are tilting in his favor.
We just went from 23rd to 11th in about 4 minutes. So
let's look at the gaps. He's got 5 seconds to make up on the riders in front of him. But once he gets there, they are in a dogfight. Boaz, Garcia, and John Murphy. That would get him to 8th. That still wouldn't do it.
No, but the good news is they're a bit of a cluster. They're close. Going to be able to pick them up. But he is still running pretty quick with a 1:58, still a little bit quicker than these guys. But what we're going to do is when we get down to that 5 minute, now we're talking about 2 laps. Okay, so he's got a lap and a half to really make this happen.
That's right.
And then another one to seal the deal.
And we're watching the 48 now of Bryce Hansen moving forward. Hansen's got to catch Jonah Geisler, but Geisler's not going to make it easy on him because Jonah has a shot at this title. Jonah needs your leader, Michael Hicks, to make a mistake, but Hicks is checked out. He's got 4.3 seconds.
Yeah.
So Geisler, who is 3rd, is not going to make life easy here on Hansen, who's in 4th. If Hansen can pick up 1 spot, this rider right here in the Kawasaki, if he can pick up 1 spot, he will be your college champ. If everyone stays where they are, your Moto winner, Michael Hicks, ends up with your championship. Oh, Hansen, look at the lap time. He ran a 1:55 and then a 1:57. Hansen is on a charge.
But Geisler turned in a good lap as well, picking up a spot right there, puts himself up another one, and a 1:56 for him as well. So Hansen now getting into that spot where we're running similar times with the guys ahead of us.
Hansen walking the tightrope all the way against the right side of that Yamaha mechanics area.
He was.
Got to do everything he can, throwing it out there. Did I just see Dawson Riker? Now another change. Jonah Geisler has gotten around Dawson Riker.
Yeah,
he's taken over 2nd, and Riker is right there in front of Hansen. This could be the pass for the championship.
This absolutely can be. That happened right here in front of the tower when they went by, and all of a sudden, we have a new race.
Wait a minute. That's 47. I saw the 30. I thought it was 37. It was 47.
It was the 37 a second ago.
Yeah. I thought we saw 37 coming out of that Monster Energy turnstile and into the long short chute, because he should be right there.
Yeah, they were only less than a second apart.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we've already lost the 37 of Dawson Riker, and maybe Hansen has already slipped by him. And if so, Hansen would be your points leader. We'll find out when they come. No, there it is, 37 Yamaha.
Okay,
still there.
There we go.
Or is that is 37?
Yeah, that's Riker.
And I don't think Hansen was there yet. So this is the point position. Dawson Riker, 11th in Moto 1. No chance at the title here. He's looking at 11.43 Moto scores. But the real situation is if Riker gets passed by Hansen, Hansen takes over the points lead.
Here comes the 48 machine right now of Hansen. So he's still back just a bit. Yeah, absolutely. He's got some work to do. And now starting to tick away. Now we're down in that 6.5 minutes, okay? Slowly ticking away for us. And time is not on his side.
Shout out, as we go back to our leader here, to Michael Hicks, who has led this thing. Shout out to our RacerTV crew for keeping an eye on both Hicks leading, Hansen moving forward, and Burton moving forward. 3 different riders have a shot at this title in 3 completely different parts of the racetrack. Let's see where Burton has gotten to. He has not made up any positions. He's made up distance, but he's stalled in 11th. His charge right now. He hasn't stalled the motorcycle. He just hasn't been able to make up any positions. Nothing has changed yet.
Yeah, we don't pay points by the foot.
Yeah,
so you got to get that
you
position.
Got to get there.
Got to get that position and make it happen.
Back to our leader, Michael Hicks. He has done everything he can. The second moto, I remember Hicks tracking down Geisler.
Yeah, Geisler.
And Riker. Hicks was just strong to the end of the moto. Geisler did a good job coming through for a podium as well. But what I remember of Hicks early in the week, endurance, late in the race, he really did some business, and you never know those late race passes, how they might work in your favor. And Geisler, same thing. He was strong, and that gives him an outside shot at this title. But right now, Michael Hicks leading the moto, looking at a 911 to win this title, but there's still a couple of laps to go. 37, we're watching Dawson Riker, because if he gets caught, and passed by Bryce Hansen. Hansen wins the title. There's Riker. Laps are clicking off quick here.
Yeah, Hansen seems to have lost a little bit of time that lap. He was in the same camera shot last time around. Now I didn't even see him in motion back there, so going to be interesting as we get a little wider angle as they work their way into the beach. We should be able to see, lost just a little bit of time. Gap is a little bit bigger right there this time around. So
look, these
Bryce
are still
Hansen,
motos. These guys might be getting tired.
Yeah, you got that right. 4.5 minutes to go in this one. And Bryce Hansen, last time around, about 5 seconds back. See what the gap's going to be this time.
And we'll keep the radar out on Otto Burton also to see if he is able to move forward. Hansen,
half a second.
He didn't gain.
No, lost half a second.
Shout out to Riker, who actually stepped up, ran on 157 to match. Here's the 48 of Hansen. So Hansen still has to make up 5 seconds. That is not going to be easy with what we think would be 2.5 laps, maybe, to go, depending on how the clock works out. Otto Burton not gaining. He is in 11th. Josh Boaz is 10th. And barring a miracle, Otto Burton is going to go 1, 2, 10 and lose the title in the final moto. Man, that's the heartbreak of this race.
Yeah, Burton's basically going to hit a wall here in a second. He turned a 2 minute that time. Murphy at 2:04 ahead of him, but then he gets back in that company of 2:00, 1:50. And look at this, less than 3 minutes now. So just running out of time. And Burton put on a heck of a charge with it. 24th.
Yeah,
that's where we saw him. He picked up at 24th on the first lap. So heck of a charge, doing everything he could do to get himself back up in contention. Not over yet by any means, but time quickly slipping away.
It's just tough. This college class is slipping away. It's no joke, this college class. You get around that top 10, and these are riders who have battled around the podium all week. So not going to just blow by those guys. Same thing for Hansen. He's in 4th, not able to make a dent in Dawson Riker or Jonah Geisler or Michael Hicks. He needs one position here. The rider on this 48 green Kawasaki, he can't get there himself. Going to have to hope for a mistake, or the fact that he's got a championship in front of him and Dawson Riker's just on a ride for a podium. Maybe that little extra motivation for Hansen is all the difference.
That could be all it takes, but I can tell you, at the 2.5 minute mark right now, you've thrown everything at it that you've got.
Another Geisler had a bad lap. I thought I saw them in the bottom of the screen. Riker has slipped back past Geisler. Geisler ran a 2:04. He must have made a mistake.
He had to make a mistake.
So there's your battle. This is for second in the moto, and if they take each other out, Bryce Hansen is going to move forward. Hansen's got to hope these two, Geisler on the 26 and Riker on the 37, slow each other up or knock each other down.
Riker just, had the decision to make right there. Do I let up? Do I pin it? Do we go into each other? And really shut that thing off just for a second. Was able to get back inside. And we just was going to be something on the last lap. Riding very defensive right now. Geisler not wanting to give that inside up. And a big swap.
10 commandments. Well, they're giving it everything they have. If you're a Bryce Hansen fan, you got to love what you're seeing. Those guys have been cutting each other off, swapping sideways.
Big brake check by Geisler right there over the anthill.
They're slowing each other up, and the potential of another big mistake is certainly there when they're pushing this hard.
Oh, two lines about come together. Got some lappers right in. Look at this. Holy cow, Geisler taking him wide. As we work our way back down into the beach, Geisler doing everything he can. To defend. About loses that front end. Got to try not to override this machine. Takes a quick look over his shoulder, and he needs to be racing forward because here comes Dawson Riker. That 37 machine, less than a quarter of a lap. They work their way right past us. White flag is out. On the final lap, it is going to be Hicks out front. He turns a 1:59.9. Geisler comes through with a 1:58. Riker a 2:00. The gap about 1 second, 0.8 of a second. And this last lap, We right now stand with a tie. Hicks a 9-1-1 for 11. Hansen 4-3-4 for 11. Hicks, of course, will win with the Moto score, the better Moto score. But I tell you, Jonah Geisler bringing himself into a great position in this second spot right now. That puts him in a potential third place overall, a bronze medal for the week with a 5.52. Hansen sitting back in that number 4 spot right now. Needs to improve a couple positions right now. If he can pick up a couple spots, he's sitting back about 2.5 seconds. Going to be a tall order to get up there and get with Geisler. But right now, Michael Hicks has run a masterful race, not making many mistakes. You see the number 3 machine right there, working his way through the back, taking it nice and easy through the waterworks, standing up on the pegs, controlling that bike with the lower body, not wanting to make any mistakes, not wanting to get down in any of those ruts. And Michael Hicks bringing it back through the beach. You know, he's feeling it underneath that helmet right now. Less than a half of a lap to go, and the KTM rider looking to put his name on the championship list down here at the ranch. Loretta Lynn's really has that thing on cruise control. Up and over the Polysport table one last time through the beach for the number 3 machine, and really throttle back. Geisler and Riker shooting it out on this final lap, not holding any punches. There comes the 48 machine of Hansen, and that's it, folks. This one's in the book. 11 laps. Mike Hicks with the win. Going to go 9-1-1. Will be your champion here. 9-1-1. Congratulations to Michael Hicks. Jonah Geisler coming through in that second position. Dawson Riker in that number 3 ride. That sets us up for a championship looking like this. Michael Hicks 9-1-1 with 11. Bryce Hansen a 4-3-4 for 11, and Jonah Geisler 5-5-2 for 12. So it doesn't get much closer than that. And of course, Michael Hicks edging out on the tiebreaker with the Moto win. Going to get those bikes set up down there. Jason Wygant going to talk to our champions and our winners. One of the same, so going to be able to put that bike up there. The championship bike is the Moto winning bike, that number 3 KTM. Orangeburg grade rider down there, Michael Hicks, getting himself prepared to get up there, getting on that podium with the Weege, and a lot of action down there. All these guys leaving it on the line. Coming up next, going to be 250B coming up next. Those guys down on the line awaiting their sight lap. A lot of action down there near the podium, and as you can see, getting things ready down there, making their way over now. That's Riker getting himself in position. Taking a look at 250B, looks like Matt LeBlanc sitting on a 1-2 Moto finish for 3 points. Chance Hymas 2-5 for 7 points. Nate the Thrasher sitting on a 9-1 for 10 points.
We're all ready down here, Matt Watson. We first are going to crown our whole shot winner courtesy of Stasic. Let's hear it for Preston Taylor. Yeah, Preston, how'd you pull that?
Yeah, I just got off to a great start thanks to my Tamer whole shot device and Hoosier tires. I got a really good grip from the outside because I had about 16th gate pick because I had a bad second moto, but I did what I could and I held it all the way into the first corner, never let off, and then I got the whole shot, dropped back to 5th and held it, but looking for more, and we'll be back next year.
Who you want to thank, man?
Definitely my mom, dad, Yankton Motorsports, Tamer, FXR, Race Tech, Matt's Rods and Restoration, Hoosier Tires, and everyone else back home. Thank you guys so much.
Preston Taylor, everyone. All right. Thank you, Preston. Congrats. Thanks to the folks at Stasic for handing that out. Let's bring up the 3rd place finisher, and this was a battle with about 2 laps to go, going at it with Jonah Geisler, and ends up in 3rd. A solid run for the bronze. Let's hear it for Dawson Riker. Dude, that was an intense moto. Take me through those last couple laps.
Yeah, it was me and Jonah going back and forth, and we were going at it pretty hard, and the whole moto, and my plan was to just sprint some laps and try to get away from everybody, but didn't quite work out, so just had to fight all the way to the end.
All right, man. What's it like to get in the podium, though? That's good?
Yeah, I've been striving to do this this is my 9th year here, so finally getting it done after 9, but I couldn't be happier.
Awesome. Who do you want to thank, Dawson?
I got to give it up to the whole Travco Motorsports team. My mom and dad, they helped me with everything, and they're the best. My girlfriend, Mike, Taunton, the Amish dude, they kill it. Also want to give a big shout out to O'Neill, Pod knee braces, Enzo suspension, and Club 57. All the boys at Club 57 really helped me out. So, thank you.
Thank you. Let's hear for our 3rd place finisher, Dawson Riker. Thank you, Dawson. And now we bring up our 2nd place finisher in the Moto on the Rides Unlimited KTM. Let's hear it for Jonah Geisler. Dude, that was a battle. That was a battle for second. Tell me about that one, Jonah.
Yeah, I got I was buried in the start and just had to work my way through on the first lap. I was just like everything I had that first couple laps, and got behind Riker and actually got around him, rode behind him for a little bit, got around him, and then I ended up following the 10 commandments, so that just made it worse for me. And then last couple laps, got back around him and just tried to put a charge, but Hicks was too far away.
Yep. Still a solid performance. You're up on the podium overall. Who do you want to thank?
The whole Rides Unlimited BTO 7 crew, my mom and dad, my grandparents are watching, and my whole family, brother, sister, girlfriend. Scott, Seven, Garnet, Lucas Oil, FMF, Moto Seat, No Toil, ODI, Ethica, Chervies, Hinton, Tamer, Moto Playground, Bell, Monster Energy. Everybody's been, it's been a solid team for sure.
It definitely is. Rides Unlimited crew, and there it is. Jonah Geisler, 2nd place. And overall podium as well. Well done. But the man in the center.
I want to thank Pro Taper too.
Pro Taper. Okay, right on. We got you, Jonah. The man in the center of the stage, though, with 911 Moto scores. Your new champion of college is Michael Hicks. So, Michael, with that 9th in Moto 1, what were you thinking coming into Moto 3? Did you even think it was possible?
No, I did not think it possible.
Wow.
Those 2 dudes up front, they're fast, and I got the whole shot. And I kept looking back, seeing I couldn't find Otto, but I saw Hansen. I just knew I had to charge and hope for some luck.
When did you actually find out the title was yours?
When I got up here.
Really? Yeah. So when you crossed the finish line, you had no idea?
No, I just thought I won.
Woo! What's this feel like then?